Hey everyone, so to start this week off, Ben and I, we're here in the pour room right now. We are getting ready to do the dining table for JB Smoove's table. So you saw his coffee table, and we've even showed the prep for these slabs. So right behind Haley here is the slab. It's 12 feet long, about 6 feet wide, fast stone walnut, and we're basically gonna cast this whole piece in the smoky gray resin. We're gonna be mixing up 195 liters, so it's gonna be our biggest pour we've ever done in a single pour. We've got 13 15-liter buckets here, and we've got all of our epoxy set aside to start mixing up. So we'll dump this in the buckets, we'll mix it up, we'll add the pigment, and then we'll show you the pour. Three, two, one, pour. One here.
There's a big crack over here. I'd like to put it down.
Got it. Just gonna give us like one more bucket, eh?
Right in here.
Yeah, this is low on this. Silicone there?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that.
Oh, where the mold is.
Yeah.
Do you think?
Not yet.
Oh, but like,
So Dennis and I right now are just setting up to cut these two walnut slabs. This is going to be for our next dining table. It's going down to New York City. It's 12 feet long, 5.5 feet wide. Here is the other slab over here. So Dennis already trimmed these ends and the sides for this piece. So this will be the outside of the table here. This is going to be the end, and then this whole thing is going to get cast in resin. So it's going to be a very, very nice table when it's done. So we're going to show you the final steps of the trimming here, the debarking, and then actually putting it in the mold and pouring it. Showed this process before of us debarking slabs, but I don't think we've actually ever mentioned why we do it. The reason that we debark the slabs is to get a better bond. If you are to leave the bark on your live edge slabs when you do the pour, essentially what is happening is the epoxy is bonding to the bark, and the only thing holding everything together is the bond between the bark and the piece of wood. So not very strong, and it's not going to hold up for, you know, a long-term piece of furniture. Now, when we first started making these tables, there wasn't really anyone doing it, so we didn't know this. Now, I wanted to do a pour. Yeah, I think it was the second resin pour we ever did, and I wanted to leave the bark on. So I did the pour, it cured, it looked awesome. But then I took it out of the mold, and when I went to push it through the planer, it went in as one piece and came out as 3 pieces. There was the piece of epoxy with 2 pieces of bark stuck on the outside, and then there was my live edge slabs. So I thought I'd gotten smarter, and we did another pour where we took the bark off and same thing, poured the epoxy, took it out of the mold, stuck it in the planer, except it broke in 3 pieces again. Now this time, instead of there being all the bark on the epoxy, there was just this thin little brown layer, which is the cambium layer of the tree, and that's why we use the wire wheel to get rid of that little thin layer. So first we go with just chisels or a draw knife to peel the bark off, and then it's a wire wheel to open up those pores of the wood and give you a better bond. Alright, so now we're upstairs. Spencer, Dennis, and I are here. We're mixing up all the epoxy right now. We actually did a bet on who is gonna get the closest. Ben was involved in the bet too, and Ben actually won. He guessed, what did he guess, 100 liters?
Yeah.
And it came out to 108. I was 120, 99.
That was 98.
Yeah, 98. Yeah, so
Close enough.
Ben got us. We own Timmy's. That's how it goes around here. But we almost got everything mixed up. There's like one left, and then for this one, we're just doing kind of a transparent black. So I'll do like 10 drops of this, and then we'll pour this in the mold with those slabs we showed you earlier. Three, two, one, pour. Now back here in the shop, we'll just show you where things are at before we end the week here. On the CNC, this is JB's dining table. This is the bottom right now. Dennis is actually just running some sanding passes on this. So we've actually got a sanding head in the CNC as opposed to a cutting head. We're just trying to take out some of the tear out and some of these machine marks so it's less hand sanding. But next week you'll get to see us cut this to size and start the finishing coats on this as well. So that's going to be very, very cool. One other thing for next week I just thought I better show you is under here, now you can't see the whole slab, so I'll just give you a little sneak peek, but under here is a 16-foot black walnut slab. Here's your little sneak peek that we're going to be casting in solid black resin, and that's again happening next week. We're going to do that. Probably going to be our biggest pour we've ever done. I know we just did that with JB's table, but this is going to be even bigger than that. Then I'll show you his coffee table. Here is his coffee table. It's all ready for oil. The figure in this piece, I think you guys are going to be blown away with how nice this wood is, and I hope JB is too.
First coat of this clear extra thin from Osmo on a table, and show you how that goes.
Here's that pour we did yesterday. Again, this actually, we originally calculated, I think 105 liters, but it ended up taking 114 liters. It's still very liquid, as you can see. It's still nice and soft, so that's a good sign that it's not hardening up too quick. We had all the fans on, we just turned them off to film this, but that's another thing really important, to just always keep those fans on. And probably on Monday we'll take, no, Monday's a holiday, on Tuesday we'll take this piece out of the mold. That's about it for us this week in the shop, everyone. I hope you enjoyed seeing those tables we're working on and seeing those two really big pours. Again, next week we're going to keep working on all these tables and show you them getting finished up.